So now we're looking at example 2. We're still looking at a quadratic function because we've got this squared here. We're just looking at the second example. So you guys know the drill. F of x becomes y. And then I switch the x and the y. So x equals y minus 4 squared plus 3. So same first steps. F of x becomes y. The x and the y just switch places. Okay? So we're looking to get this y by itself. Remember, you might get tired of me saying this. Solve for y. Okay? So again, it's kind of a pattern. We're going to start with the thing that's furthest away from the y, right? Negative 4 is inside the same parentheses, right? They share the same parentheses, and they're being squared together. So let's start with kind of the outsider, the plus 3. We're going to get rid of that by doing the opposite, right? To get rid of a plus 3, minus it. Cancels. So over here, can't combine those, right? They're not like terms, so I bring down my x minus 3 equals. So on this side, I'm still left with y minus 4 squared, okay? So we've got this whole y minus 4 squared. So we're going to work our way inside those parentheses, right? So I didn't mention this, so working your way inside the parentheses, so we got rid of the 3 that was completely outside of it. So now we're still working our way in, so we need to get rid of that squared. And we saw in the last example, to get rid of a squared, then you just find the square root of something. So the square root of y minus 4. So once you find the square root of something, it gets rid of this square. So we're just left with y minus 4. Then on this side, obviously, x minus 3, right? This y is almost by itself now. We just need to get rid of, If I find the square root of that side, which was y minus 4, you know I've got to find the square root of this side, which is the square root of x minus 3, right? Can't forget that. Whatever you do on that side, you got to do on this side. So I found the square root of this to get rid of the squared. So I've got to find the square root of x minus 3. So I brought that down. Now to get the y by itself, we just need to get rid of this minus 4, obviously by adding in. Okay. Cancels. Y is now by itself, which is great. That was my end goal. And so now I've got the square root plus or minus the square root of x minus 3. And then added to that is plus 4. Notice this plus 4 is not underneath that square root. We only found the square root of x minus 3, not of the plus 4 that came after the fact. Okay, so it's plus or minus the square root of x minus 3, and then plus 4 is y. Y is by itself, so therefore I'm done. And the inverse of my original function is plus or minus the square root of x minus 3 plus 4.